Jacob and Carol for your introductions. My name is William Harmon and I'm here in County Kerry, southwest of Ireland. It is dry, it is cold, and looking forward to Santa, even though I look like Santa at the moment. I'm also joined by my colleague, Derek Comerford. Derek, do you want to come in and say hello?
Hey guys, I'm also in the southwest of Ireland, but in Tralee in the car at work. So I apologise for not being more organised, but I couldn't get out a call. So I'm on the call, but Will is going to do most of the presenting for us today.
Brilliant. So we are Firies football, ladies football and hurling club. And as you see on the screen, we have all the teams that represent all our various groups across our club. We're a small rural-based club in the southwest of Ireland, County Kerry. There's 3 parishes involved. There's Firies, there's Ballyhar and Farm 4. And we cater for, as I said, all age groups from under 6 right up to adult level across all the various sports, being football, ladies football and hurling. So so Carol, so what is our why? Very similar to Jacob, and I suppose once we know our why, then we can probably progress on, and that's a very important question we all always need to answer. So it's to create specific coaching materials for our new and existing coaches. So our challenge was, we have people in our club, we're very lucky, we have a lot of really good people in our club that have, I suppose, good coaching experience, knowledge, but I suppose we just didn't seem to have a platform to, I suppose, relay that to the rest of our coaches in our club. So we're very much reliant on in-person sessions with our coaches, practical workshops. But we have also devised an awful lot of good coaching material internally, but it was never in one area where coaches could access this and are ready made on their phone or their laptop, whatever it may be. So that was our challenge, was how do we transfer all the information we have, all the resource we have into a one-stop shop for our coaches in our club. And Derek, you can come in at any stage when you need to.
No, you're doing well. I'll leave you at it.
Thank you very much, Derek. I appreciate that. Okay. So what was our vision? Again, let's go back to upskilling our coaches. So we're very lucky. We have really good people involved in our club, but how can we support them? And I suppose research shows that we support them early and give them guidance early to ensure that they can do the best job possible. So that's by helping them along in their coaching journey, by providing, I suppose, support and advice and resources to them on a regular basis. So ensuring that the coaching techniques that everybody's doing across the board are aligned with our coaching values and philosophy. And that's very important to us, that we all have a common goal and that we're all trying to strive towards that goal. And by, I suppose, giving that support throughout, we're in person or through a digital format, was very important to us. So what was our aims? To create a platform that will devise and store and plan sessions. So a lot of coaches, they plan and they devise stuff, but pass it on, to give it to the next coaches coming over the coming years, to help them in the journey, to view drills and activities specific to their age cohort, so to give them new ideas. So if I'm training the group next Sunday, next Saturday, okay, is there somewhere I can go that I can get a few ideas to be able to help me deliver that session and plan for that session, and to access a coach's corner while our coaches can share knowledge, discuss coaching matters, and interact with each other. That's important to us. So if we have a coaching issue, that we can throw it into the group and we can share our knowledge and expertise internally through an online platform. Yes, we do it in person, but wouldn't it be fantastic that if I was sitting in my sitting room and I had something that I wanted to get an answer to, well, I can throw in that comment and someone could come across with their own expertise and knowledge. So it's providing that platform for people to engage, interact on a regular basis. Okay, so next slide there. I think it's gone into a different format, Carl. So yeah, brilliant. So our target group, who was it? Our underage coaches, all our coaches, not just in one code, but across all 3 codes. That's been the football, which is the boys, the ladies football, and the hurling for our club. So they're our target groups, everybody in the club. And we wanted to create a specific coaching content. So content that's specific to our club. that we've utilized and maximized that resource internally to help coaches along their journey and in line with our coaching philosophy and values. And then, now that we've all that information, how do we put it on a platform so people can share and utilize it and I suppose support them in their journey? So what were our main objectives? So we linked in with BST Coach, and Derek can give you a bit more information on that in a few minutes. But we wanted to customize their platform specific to the Firies GAA Games Club. So they have a really good digital resource there with lots of resources internally that our coach could use. But how can we devise content that's specific to us? And how can we utilize their platform to get that out there? So to develop a coach's corner was another very specific, I suppose, want that we needed was, okay, well, we want our coaches communicating on a more regular basis. How do we achieve that? And that's where we linked in with BST Coach. And to enable our Firies GAA Games Club coaches to create specific content and platforms. And Carla, and if you want me, I can show two or three a 30-second clip of what that looks like. No problem at all. But we wanted to devise stuff that we've devised ourselves that's specific because we feel that coaches will relate more to stuff that's specific to their needs and context, if that makes sense. So yes, of course, they can go to loads of other websites and get loads of activities and drills. But when there's something done internally that's specific to our own needs and context, we feel our coaches might latch onto that a bit more. And Derek, you can come in there on that if you want to expand.
Yeah, I suppose like there's loads of stuff on YouTube and GAA websites in Ireland. We just felt that if we had our own players doing what we like to do in Fiery, is that they would engage far better with the platform. So that's what we went with. And we had our under 13 boys team that I was over last year come up with us, and we spent a day, about 3 or 4 hours, videoing with a professional videographer. And we did, I think, 9 videos on the day, which turned out to be great. The boys loved it. And we plan to share that with the coaches once they're put in place for the new year in January. So we'll display what we've done. You can create training routines, you can create session plans, all with our own kids in the videos, which was huge for us that it's related to Firies specifically.
And we're excited about that. I'm really looking forward to sharing this with our coaches early in the new year when all our I suppose, coaches are in place. So what are our current status? We have a fully functioning platform now for sharing and creating those session plans in conjunction with BST Coach. And we have a coaches corner in place for coach collaboration. So additional to our in-person sessions, we now have an opportunity where people can engage, interact in a digital way over the coming weeks and months. Also, we've developed, as Derek has outlined, 8. Derek has put down great coaching videos, which I think, they came out okay. So we've kind of done, sample warm-up, sample ball formalization, so work with the ball, sample small-sided games, and little patterns of play that are very applicable to how we would like to play our game within the club. Okay, so they're very much specific, again, to our own needs and context. So, yeah, so we've done a bit of videoing there recently, and they came out well. So we can share that with you if you want. There's no problem if we've got time. So what are our next steps? With the aid of more funding, we'd love to create more club content for the platform. We'd love to expand this. We'd love to have an opportunity. I know, Jacob, you spoke about that, giving that capacity and that readiness to plan in time. And I suppose that we're trying to go after that. Geez, wouldn't we love to do more of this and expand on it, and therefore have a fantastic resource available to our coaches? That's our aim. But obviously, funding would be, as outlined by yourself, Jacob, in that very important research you did, is an area that we have to tap into. So what was the project learning for us? The design thinking workshop in Paris, which we really, really enjoyed and was really, really beneficial, and got to meet, more importantly, got to meet great people. It was learning how to put ourselves in the shoes of our target audience. So we had an idea, but really what we found was that thinking workshop was kind of to really refine and just break it down to, well, what specifically are we going after? And that was a challenge in itself, and was exciting, and it was challenging at the same time. But it allowed us to ensure that, we were going after what we really need, and what was a good solution for what we were looking for. So while we came in with a broad sense of what we're looking for, we came out with a real kind of, refined, I suppose, focus, which then allowed us to ensure that the product that we have at the end of the day is what we're really after. So what are our challenges? We're an amateur status club in terms of we're run by volunteers. And I suppose securing funding for for something like this is very difficult. Hence why we're delighted to get the opportunity through the Digifit program. So attracting the necessary investment to ensure technology remains part of our grassroots club is I suppose a challenge for everyone, an ongoing challenge for everyone. But we see massive value in this, and it's something that it'll be a challenge, but I think it's something that we can overcome if we really put our minds to it. Derek, is there something you want to come in on that, maybe on that aspect as well?
No, I suppose like we've created 8 videos, but obviously the dream would be to create more and more. And again, the 8 we created are more aimed at coaches and how to get a coach up and running. So they're not short videos. We'd work with BST to adjust the size limit and stuff like that. So if we had the opportunity, we'd love to create shorter clips, length of TikTok videos, for example, to send to kids through their parents would be huge for us on the basic skills of Gaelic games and all 3 codes. So if we had an opportunity to secure more funding from the Irish government or wherever, we would love to go into that. So we could. There are lots of parents out there that are not familiar with Gaelic games. So if you could develop those short videos, you could send them home with the kids and they could work on the skills at home. Because generally speaking, we have the kids for an hour, max 2 hours per week for training. So therefore, they're not really working on it at home if the parents aren't familiar with it. So we would see that as a huge avenue for people to use this app. It would be if you could create little shorter videos, 30 seconds to a minute, where they could work at home. So that's the challenge for us. And if we can get it over the line, we'd love to do more video work with the kids because they really enjoyed it as well.
Yeah, but also the fact that now we have something to show people to,
Mhm.
will help with that. So going back to that point of, we're now, gone through this process, we now have something there that's tangible to show people that if we are sourcing that extra funding, then it's nice to show and demonstrate as well the impact that this could have, because we're really looking forward to see how our coaches interact and engage with this over the coming weeks.
Well done, Sean. What else? If you're all on one side, it's obviously. If you go down one side, it's very easy to defend. So therefore, it's very important that we use the 3 lanes. Can I have?
So this is integrated into the solution that you have been developing, all those
Yeah,
videos.
yeah, Carol,
Yes.
we have the 8 videos up on the BST Coach platform now, and you can create your session plans off the back of that if you want to. So you can drag and drop which video you want to do on each particular day and work off that at the training ground as well, and review the videos as a coach at home before you go to the pitch, because I'm sure anyone that works with kids, they need to be entertained or at least engaged. So you have to know your stuff. So the video will help new coaches with that.
Yeah, I think that's a good point that, they can pick and choose what they want, but also I suppose it's not only the activity and the drill, but hopefully also, coaching approach, coaching behavior, how we engage and interact with players, that when the coaches are watching the activity, they're actually listening to how the coach is engaging and interacting. So it's also coaching, I suppose, assisting coaching practice, again, in line with our coaching philosophy and values and how I suppose we want to conduct our business across the board.